vein, they got the Francis doing the Latin Mass bans, the banning of the Latin Mass. Is that something you've noticed, or what are your thoughts on Francis supposedly going to ban the Latin Mass? I don't know if he is or not, but that's what it seems like what the rumor is.
Well, it seems to have been a false rumor. First of all, because it was supposed to happen on July the 16th, and in the deception that we are going through, I think this would play a good role, playing that game that these Novus Ordo priests who say the Latin Mass have not been reordained, are approving Vatican II, are recognizing Francis as a pope, are the enemies of Francis, when in reality, again, I think these people have their role to play. I think the Novus Ordo at this point just despises their real enemies, don't pay attention to them, don't want them to be known. Like I'll give you an example here. In Moncton, obviously they never speak about me. They avoid carefully mentioning the mission here. Why? Because we are their real enemy. But when it comes to an FSSP priest visiting, well, they'll give him the basement of a church to say his mass. So they will allow him. Why? Because he's not the real enemy. So they will play this game that, oh, they should give him a better church. They should promote his mass and so on. And they don't do it. Well, in this way, it appears that they're fighting against him, but I don't think they are. In reality, they're just using him one way or the other. And obviously, Francis doesn't want the Latin Mass to have too much visibility. So there might be a part of this, because some people might be led from the diocese and Latin Mass to, discover our existence and then go in and so on and see the fullness of the problem. So yes, that he'd be willing to restrict it and to keep it low profile, I would understand. To be willing to suppress it completely, well, he would throw a bunch of people in our direction, and I think it would be surprising. I don't know what strategy this would be, but would have to make sense of this. But I don't. So I don't think I might be wrong, but I don't think it will happen.
Yeah, it seems like it wasn't. I mean, I've been out of that world for a while, so but it doesn't seem. I know when they first did the ban, or they put out Traditionis Custodes, the local bishop in Monterey County got rid of the Latin Mass here.
Yes.
Here we had a priest. There was a priest from the Institute of the Good Shepherd. I think he was French. I think he was a French priest, and they just booted him out. I think he moved him and he went somewhere else, another state.
Right.
So they're but since this other rumor coming out, I mean, I have no idea. I don't know if anything's barely been affected or changed. There's not many diocesan Latin Masses where I'm at anyway.
Right. So, but it feeds the narrative that it's Francis against the Latin Mass, when it's the Novus Ordo against tradition. It's the battle is different. It's a battle mostly about faith, but now this game is and it gives the impression that there are still so many people in the Novus Ordo who are fighting the good fight. So banning completely the Latin Mass made sense in 1969-70, because they wanted to annihilate it. But today they know they won't annihilate it. It won't be possible. So what their plan would be to keep the Latin Mass goers into their Novus Ordo church. That's definitely, I don't see.
I think you're right in that way, because when you talk to people that would go to, let's say, the Latin Mass, the diocesan Latin Mass, or even like the FSSP for the most, I think they would side with the Novus Ordo against people like us.
Right. We should not underestimate the deception that is going on. The game that is being played is very subtle, and we shouldn't downplay and think that everything that appears to the outside is what is really going on. I think there's more to it, and they create these false oppositions between two kinds of Novus Ordo priests at the end of the day.